Welcome back to Griot's Garage Treasures. Talk about having fun in the garage. Bill has a lot of fun. He's got a lot more in his collection than just vehicles. Look at this, a lot of vintage weapons, vintage military vehicles, vintage military gear. Here's a .45 caliber Thompson submachine gun. These are heavy pieces. And of course, he really has fun with all of his stuff.
This is an interesting piece. This is a Laws rocket. It's a lightweight, disposable rocket launcher from Vietnam era. This one's already fired its rocket, so it's perfectly safe. But it was relatively easy to use. You put it up, it fires electronically, you'd shoot your rocket, you'd stomp on this and disable it and leave it out in the jungle.
Here's another piece of World War II history. This is a German assault rifle, fully automatic, beautiful gun, and of course, they still make these today. That's a pretty awesome weapon, well made. Bill's got another gun right over here.
This is one of my favorites. This is an MG42, and it was known as Hitler's buzzsaw. The gun is so good that it's still being manufactured today. The parts are interchangeable. It was state-of-the-art in '44, and it's pretty much state-of-the-art now.
Here's a little hot rod in the collection, 1944. It's on tracks. It's like an armored personnel carrier for utility vehicle. It's got a 100-horse Merc flathead V8 in it, 4-speed transmission, Ford transmission. And of course, these things were rough and tumble, tough to ride in, but they did a great job. They were always outfitted with big machine gun. That's a .50 caliber there. This has got an anti-tank gun on it. They could armor them any way they wanted. These things really moved a lot of troops around.
This is one of my favorite guns. This is a Vickers water-cooled machine gun, similar to World War I style, but this was actually post-World War I and used in World War II. This jacket would be filled with water. You'd have a tank, and it keeps the barrel cool enough that you can shoot sustained fire. The interesting thing about this gun is the Brits that used an armored personnel carrier similar to mine would mount these in the front.
You know, when you can't get customer service anywhere, this baby will help you out. Nice and light, World War II bazooka. This is when you brought out the big guns. Remember, never pointed it in.
This is a fun motor vehicle. This is a Vietnam-era military mule. This was a Marine Corps version, magnesium chassis. High performance for what it did. It's considered to be a quarter-ton truck. You can drive it from the front, pull the steering wheel back, and have it fully loaded up with a hand throttle. Four-wheel drive, four-wheel steer. These were hard to stop. They used them as equipment carriers. They mounted guns on them. These were really quite a little workhorse.
Here's a wonderful piece of equipment. It's a BAR, Browning automatic rifle, it's a .30-06 caliber. Got bipods in the front. I'll tell you what, the GIs really like this gun. This thing would really do a job. But, you know, I've been playing here enough with all this military stuff. Let's get back to the cars and see what Dave's up to.
Well, while Sam's been out there playing with the guns, I've been playing with the legend right here. This is probably one of the best-known cars outside of the Cobra that Ford's ever produced. This is the GT40. Now, back in the 60s, they built these things and they won Le Mans with it. But this is a 2007 version. It's got a 5.4-liter 4-cam engine in it, supercharged. It'll go from 0 to 100 in about 8.8 seconds, top out about 212 miles an hour. That is what I like about this car. As you can see, it is a cool-looking car. This is what they call the Heritage Edition. It looks like the cars did back when they won at Le Mans. But the one problem the old cars had was a guy like me, there's no way I could get in them. But for a guy like Bill, he can probably get into this one.
The Ford GT is one of my favorite cars. Ford made them for 2 years. And I like the style I always have, but the original cars are very small, and I could never fit in one. So this is ideal for the modern American.
This week, we're going to have fun in your garage using spray-on wax. Be sure to rinse the surface thoroughly. Spray-on wax should always be applied to a clean surface. Dry a majority of the water off the surface, leaving the paint clean and damp. Then simply mist spray-on wax across the surface, working from the top down. Dry as you normally would, using a soft microfiber drying towel. It's okay to use spray-on wax on a dry vehicle as long as it's clean. Simply mist across the surface, and just buff to a perfect shine. That looks awesome. It's that easy. Increase your protection, enhance the gloss, and remember to have fun in your garage.
Well, Sam, I'm looking at this thing. It's got a race seat in it. It looks like it might have just a little bit more room for a guy like me.
You know, this is awesome. This is really good. You'd look good in this. I think if you get yourself in, you'll be comfortable once you're in there.
I think I would be.
So shoe yourself in. I'll jump in the Aston Martin convertible, the Z, and we'll just go ahead.
I don't think Bill will let me get into this. I wouldn't if I was him. Anyway, we want to thank Bill Cotter for allowing us to have fun here in his garage. Once again, we've run out of time. We'll see you again next time here at Griot's Garage Treasures.
So long.